I was 21 when my parents told me I was no longer their daughter. I remember every detail of that moment. We were sitting in their living room, the same living room where I'd grown up, where we'd had Christmas mornings and birthday parties, where I'd learned to ride a bike just outside those windows, where I'd always felt safe and loved and wanted. Until the day I told them I was gay. "We didn't raise you to be like this," my father said. His voice was cold, distant, like I was already a stranger to him. "This isn't who you are. This is a phase, confusion, sin. You've been influenced by those people at college." "Dad, it's not a phase. I've known since I was 14. I just finally have the courage to tell you. I thought you'd want to know the real me." My mother was crying, not sad crying, angry crying, the kind that comes with a red face and clenched fists. "How could you do this to us? To our family? What will people at church think? What will our friends say? We'll be humiliated." Before we continue, I just want to say thank you for being here. If you're finding value in this story, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss more stories like this, and drop a comment letting me know where you're watching from. Now, let's dive right in. This isn't about church or your friends. This is about me, about who I am. I'm still your daughter. I'm still the same person. "No," my father stood up, towering over me. "You're not. The daughter we raised would never choose this, would never turn her back on God, on everything we taught her." "I'm not turning my back on anything. I'm just being honest with you. I'm trusting you with the truth." "Then we're being honest with you," he said, and his eyes went cold. "If this is the path you choose, you're not welcome in this house anymore. You're not our daughter. We don't have a gay daughter. We have no daughter at all." I sat there stunned, waiting for him to take it back, for my mom to say something, for someone to say they didn't mean it, that we'd work through this. That family was family. But my mother just nodded through her tears. "You need to leave, Claire. Don't come back until you're ready to repent and live right. Until you fix this." "Mom, I can't fix something that isn't broken. This is who I am." "Then you've made your choice. Go." I left that day with one suitcase. They wouldn't let me take anything else. Said I'd given up my right to their support when I chose this lifestyle. I was 21 years old, a junior in college, working part-time at a coffee shop making $9 an hour. I had $437 to my name. I slept on my friend Sarah's couch for 3 months. Her parents were kind, let me stay, fed me, treated me like I mattered. I worked double shifts, picked up tutoring jobs, finished college while paying my own way. No help, no family, no safety net. They didn't come to my graduation. I sent them an invitation, never heard back. Didn't call on my birthday that year, or any year after. Didn't check if I was alive or dead or suffering. I sent them a letter once, a year after they kicked me out. Told them I was okay, that I was working full-time, that I'd found an apartment, that I missed them, that maybe with time we could talk, that I still loved them. It came back unopened 2 weeks later. Returned to sender, written in my father's handwriting. He didn't even want to know if I was okay. That's when I truly understood. They meant it. I really had no family anymore. The people who were supposed to love me unconditionally had put conditions on their love, and I didn't meet them. I built a life anyway. What else could I do? Got a job in marketing, worked hard, got promoted, made decent money, rented a nice apartment, made real friends who accepted me, met a woman named Alex at a conference. She was funny and smart and kind. We started dating, fell in love. The kind of love I'd always wanted. The kind my parents said I'd never have. We moved in together after a year, got engaged after 2, had a small wedding with 30 people, all friends. It was perfect, beautiful. everything I'd wanted. Except for the empty chairs where my parents should have been. My brother David, 2 years older. He'd been my best friend growing up, until I came out. He said he needed time to think, then just stopped calling, stopped answering texts, chose them over me. I lost my whole family that day. 12 years passed. I didn't think about my parents every day anymore. Sometimes weeks would go by. But then I'd see a father and daughter in a restaurant, or a mother at a wedding, and I'd feel that ache, that empty space. But I'd learned to live with it. Then, 3 months ago, my doorbell rang on a Saturday afternoon. Alex was at the gym. I was home cleaning, music playing, happy. I opened the door and froze. My parents. Standing there. Older. So much older. My dad looked thin, sick. His face was gaunt. His clothes hung loose. My mom looked exhausted. Gray hair, deep lines on her face. "Hello, Claire," my mother said. Her voice was small, uncertain. I couldn't speak, just stared. "Can we come in?" my father asked. His voice was hoarse. "No. Please, we need to talk to you. You had 12 years to talk to me. You sent my letter back unopened. We know. We were wrong. We're sorry. Please, Claire." Sorry. One word. For 12 years of silence. "You're sorry. Okay. Goodbye." I started to close the door. My father stopped it. "Claire, wait. I'm sick. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. 6 months at most. I don't have time." I felt nothing. Shouldn't I feel something? But there was just emptiness. "I'm sorry to hear that. We need help," my mother said quickly. "Medical bills, treatments. They're experimental, not covered. We've lost everything. The house is in foreclosure. We have nowhere to go. You're successful. You're all we have." And there it was. They needed money. "Let me understand this. You disowned me 12 years ago, told me I was dead to you, refused all contact. And now that you need help, suddenly I'm your daughter again." "We're family," my mother said. "Family helps family." "You said I wasn't family. You said you had no daughter." We were hurt, angry. We said things we didn't mean. You meant them for 12 years. Every birthday, every Christmas, every moment you chose not to be part of my life. My father coughed, deep and rattling. He looked so frail. "Please, Claire, I'm dying. Your mother needs help. She can't do this alone. You should leave. Claire, please. Leave before I call the police." My mother's face changed. The pleading disappeared. "You're really going to turn your back on us? After everything we gave you?" "Yes. Just like you turned your back on me when I needed you. That was different. You chose to sin. This is just cruelty." "No, this is consequences. You can't throw someone away and expect them to be there when you need them." I closed the door, locked it, stood there shaking. Alex came home an hour later and found me sitting on the floor. "What happened?" "My parents were here." Her eyes widened. "What did they want?" "Money. My dad's dying of cancer. They've lost everything." "What did you tell them?" "I told them no." She held me. "Good. You don't owe them anything." "Then why do I feel terrible?" "Because you have a heart. Because you're better than they deserve." I wasn't okay. I spent the next week feeling like garbage. Part of me knew I'd done the right thing. They'd abandoned me when I was 21 and vulnerable. They'd chosen their pride over their daughter. Why should I help them now? But I kept hearing my father's cough, seeing how sick he looked, wondering if I was being cruel. Then the messages started, from relatives I hadn't heard from in over a decade. My Aunt Karen, my Uncle Tom, cousins, all saying the same thing. How could I be so heartless? My father was dying and I was letting him suffer. What kind of daughter does that? The kind whose parents disowned her, I wanted to say. But I didn't respond, blocked them all. 2 weeks went by. I tried to forget about it. Focus on work, on Alex, on our life. We were planning a vacation, looking at houses, building our future. Then my doorbell rang again. Thursday evening. Alex and I were making dinner, pasta, wine, music, happy. I opened the door ready to tell my parents to leave permanently. But it wasn't just my parents. Behind them was a little girl, maybe 6 years old. Brown hair and pigtails, pink jacket. She had my father's eyes, my mother's nose. She looked up at me clutching a worn stuffed rabbit. "Are you Aunt Claire?" she asked in a small voice. My heart stopped. Behind her was a woman I didn't recognize. 30s, tired looking. "Claire," my mother said. "This is Sophie, your niece, your brother David's daughter." The world tilted. I didn't know I had a niece. Didn't know my brother had gotten married. Had a child. "My brother has a daughter?" "Had," the woman said gently. "I'm Melissa. I was David's wife. He died 2 years ago. Car accident. My brother was dead. Had been dead for 2 years. And no one told me. We're raising Sophie," my mother said. "Or we were. Until Richard got sick. Until the medical bills. Until we lost the house. Now we can't take care of her. We can barely take care of ourselves." "So you brought her here to manipulate me?" "No," Melissa said. "We brought her because she deserves to know she has family. What's happening to her?" "Foster care," Melissa said bluntly. "Tomorrow morning." "Your parents can't care for her. I can't take her. I remarried. Have 3 kids in a 2-bedroom apartment. There's no room. And your parents can't raise a child with Richard dying." Sophie was going into foster care. My brother's daughter. "Why tell me this?" "Because you're her family," my mother said. "Maybe if you won't help us, you'll help her. She's innocent." I looked at Sophie, scared eyes, clutching that rabbit. "Can I talk to Sophie alone?" They hesitated. Finally, Melissa nodded. "We'll wait in the car." I brought Sophie inside, made hot chocolate with marshmallows. She sat at our kitchen island looking around. "You have a nice house," she said softly. "Thank you." "Sophie, do you know who I am?" "You're my Aunt Claire, my dad's sister. He talked about you sometimes." My chest tightened. "He did?" "Yeah, when Grandma and Grandpa weren't there. He'd show me your picture, the one he kept hidden. He said you were brave. He said he wished he'd been braver." My brother had regrets, but he never reached out, never called, just looked at my picture and felt sad. "Do you understand what's happening tomorrow?" She nodded. Tears filled her eyes. "I have to go live with strangers, because Grandpa is sick and Grandma can't take care of me. I'm scared." "What if there was someone else, like me?" She looked up hopefully. "Would you do that?" "Maybe. I need to think, but maybe." I called everyone back inside. Situation. Medical, financial, everything. No lies. My father had stage 4 cancer, 8 months diagnosed. Treatments were experimental and expensive. They'd spent everything, sold possessions, maxed credit cards, lost the house. They had nothing. "And Sophie?" "David's life insurance paid off their house," Melissa explained. "But nothing for childcare. I work full-time, barely make ends meet with my own 3 kids. Your parents were guardians in the will but can't fulfill it. So she becomes a ward of the state." "Other family?" "There is no one else, Claire. You're the only option between family or the system." I looked at Sophie. So small, so vulnerable. my brother's daughter. The brother who abandoned me but apparently talked about me, who had regrets but never acted on them. Can I talk to my wife? Alex and I went to our bedroom. This is insane, I said. It is. They abandoned me. And now they want me to take a child I didn't know existed. I know. But if I say no, a 6-year-old goes into foster care. A 6-year-old who lost both parents. Who did nothing wrong. What can you live with? Alex asked. I want to help her, not them. Her. Then we help her. I went back to the living room. Here's what happens. Sophie stays with us. We become her legal guardians. Dad, I'll help you find a hospice program. One that's covered. I won't pay for treatments that aren't working, but you'll die with dignity. He nodded, tears in his eyes. Thank you. Mom, you can stay in our guest room temporarily while we find you subsidized housing. But this is temporary. A few months. And we need boundaries. Anything. Understand this. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for Sophie. Because she's innocent. Because she deserves better than what you gave me. Don't mistake this for forgiveness. Don't think this erases 12 years. We're not okay. We might never be. I understand, my mother whispered. That was 3 months ago. Sophie lives with us now. She has her own room. Purple walls, string lights, her stuffed rabbit named Hopscotch. She's adjusting. Some days are hard. She cries for her parents. Alex and I hold her, tell her it's okay to grieve. She's in 1st grade, making friends. Her teacher says she's bright but quiet. We're working with a therapist. My father died 6 weeks after hospice. Peacefully. I visited twice. For Sophie. She said goodbye. He told her he was sorry. For everything. He looked at me when he said it. I didn't respond. My mother is still in our guest room. We're finding her an apartment. It's awkward. We discuss Sophie, but nothing else. She watches Sophie sometimes. She's patient, kind. Everything she wasn't with me. She hasn't apologized. Not really. Said thank you 1,000 times. But never. I'm sorry for disowning you. Never we were wrong. Sophie asked me yesterday why Grandma and I don't talk much. It's complicated, because they were mean to me when I told them about Alex. But you're helping them anyway. I'm helping you. There's a difference. Why do you do it? Because you deserved better. Because sometimes being kind isn't about the person you're being kind to. Sometimes it's about being the person you want to be. I'm glad you're here. Me too. My parents didn't deserve my help. They threw me away and only came back when desperate. But Sophie deserved a family. Deserved not to be punished for adults' mistakes. So I said yes. Not for them. For her. I don't know if I'll ever forgive them. But Sophie has a home now. Has people who love her unconditionally. Has a chance. And that's enough. My parents disowned me 12 years ago. Asked for help when they had nowhere else to turn. I said no. Until I saw who was behind them. A little girl who needed someone to choose her the way I wish someone had chosen me. So I did. And I'd do it again.